What's up, everybody? I'm going to allow some people to tune in. I don't think I'm going to save this live because, quite frankly, I don't know what's allowed to be said and what's not allowed to be said on certain topics anymore on Instagram. So I'm coming on because there's a lot of I'm disappointed in a lot of things that I'm seeing, and there's a lot to speak about, and there's a lot to just shed light on. That it's times like this where we see a lot of people's true colors. It's times like this where we see people's limitations, and it's times like this where we're actually tested. We're tested where we actually have the ability to see where we're at, see where we failed in the past, and see what we can do moving forward. So I am in Israel right now, in the midst of the whole situation, and I just want to paint a picture for you guys. This has nothing to do with one side or another, and I'm going to explain that. But yesterday I'm eating breakfast, and suddenly above my head you start hearing bombs and rockets hitting each other, literally at breakfast. Yesterday afternoon, I'm driving from place to place, picking a few people up. Everywhere you look, people are crying on the street. Last night, I'm laying in my bed in a hotel. You hear sirens go off, and literally from the vibrations of the rockets and bombs that were going off, you feel the room shaking. I don't live here, so I'm not used to something like that. And what's very sad is that a lot of people here are. Now, I know a lot of people are, just from seeing comments, it's always one side or another side. And people just don't get it. Okay, people don't understand what's going on. And over the past 24 hours, I saw that a whole lot clearer. For the past 3-4 years, I've been doing my best to shed light on many, many, many topics regarding how corruption works in this world. And if there's one thing that I hope people got from that work, which apparently they didn't, but if there's one thing I ask people to take away, it's the fact that this is not about this side versus that side. There are people pulling the strings and making people kill each other. So you can get stuck on the surface all you want. But if you really think that a few people can just break through a border of a country like Israel with an army like they have, regardless of what you think about Israel, if you think that a few people with grenades and RPGs and tractors can break through a fence and everything's fine, that's not how this works. Okay, that's not possible. Just like a plane couldn't go and hit a tower on September 11th of 2001 with a person that doesn't know how to fly a plane, forget an expert pilot. Meaning there's something wrong here. There's something wrong here. And it's not about Jews, or it's not about Israelis or Palestinians. People don't get that. Okay, it's about something a whole lot bigger. It's about the people that want to control the world. So over here, it's about Israelis and Palestinians. Somewhere else, for example, in India, it's about Indians and Pakistanis or whatever it may be when I was there. And because we play into that divide and conquer, and I'm just going to say it, we're so unaware, oblivious, and stupid. Okay, we're ignorant to how this world works. You have babies being raped, not far from where I'm at. So, Alec, first of all, thank you for being here. He said, don't forget, the Mossad created Hamas. I don't know that history, but my question would be, who the hell created that? Again, this is not about a religion. And I know you know that, Alex, so I'm not saying that to you. This is not about a religion. This is not about a race. This is not about a nation. This is about keeping people against each other. This is about keeping people in hate. And they will use many, many different mediums to do that. Many different mediums to do that. You know what disgusted me the most? That there were some people that messaged me. It makes me want to cry. I can't even think about it. There were people that messaged me. There were people that said good. They said good. Look what Israel did to them. I don't care who does what to anybody. You can't justify things like that. It's pure hate. I can't even believe that people do that. It's like so painful to see. These things should never happen in a world like we live. It should never happen. The fact that people even have that ability, that capability of doing something like that is horrible. I don't care who you are and what you identify with. It's horrible. The streets are empty. Look. You got one, maybe two people wherever we go. If you think this is going to end with more war and more bombs and more guns, and that's exactly what's going to happen right now. You think that 5,000 missiles are going to move into a country and people being kidnapped, children being killed, and there isn't going to be a retaliation? There will be, and it's going to be bad. And it sucks that we allowed ourselves to get to such a point. It sucks that we allowed ourselves to even get to the point where there's sides over here. Instead of understanding that there's something a whole lot bigger, this is because of miseducation. This is because of brainwashing on all sides. This is because there are certain people in power that want us to continue hating each other, just like it exists in the United States of America, only instead of calling them Palestinians and Israelis, we call them Democrats and Republicans. It's the same thing. But for anybody who can't see through this goddamn thing, the very fact that something like this happened is all the proof you need to understand that there's an orchestration behind this. These people are not equipped to go against an army like the IDF. Okay, Israel has F-16s, planes that can go from one side of the country in minutes. And yet they didn't show up for hours. You know what else that sounds like? 9/11. The fighter jets didn't show up. Why? Things are being orchestrated. And people don't get it. People don't understand that. They can't comprehend that. They can't get the fact that there are people in power. They benefit off of these things. It's called divide and conquer. It's very simple. Look at the videos going online. You really think That some idiot with the goddamn tractor can break through a border and nobody's going to shoot them? Nobody thinks about those things anymore. So I'm just here to tell you that's not how it works. Okay, this was planned. This was planned for a long time. I don't know the details, but it's very obvious that it was planned. And it wasn't planned without the help of other individuals from inside. And those individuals are not identifying with Jew or Christian or Muslim or whatever it may be. It's just good versus evil. You're either a good person or you have evil intentions. It's very simple. But again, because we forgot how this whole world works, we sit there and we believe that it's the labels and the identities that are keeping us apart and that we should hate each other for. It's not. It's sad. You know, it's one thing to hear about this on the news. It's another thing to see it with your own eyes. To see the fear from everybody here. No matter what your perspective is on either side. If you think that everybody's in on it, that's not how this works. Okay, what everybody actually wants, the majority of Israelis, Jews, and the Palestinians, they don't want to fight. They actually don't fight. But there's this picture that's been painted that we hate each other. And it's because of the people up top that want to do divide and conquer. You know, many of the people in the hotel that are working here right now are Palestinian. Everything's okay. You know, yesterday, I couldn't even believe it. I was walking, I wanted to get food. Everything's closed. I wanted to get food. No room service, no nothing. Everything shut down and closed. Helicopters, planes, whatever's flying through the sky, and bombs going off above your head with rockets hitting each other. I just wanted to get food. You know what I had to do? Until I said, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to walk and whatever's going to happen, happen. On the way out of the hotel, I went for a short 30-second, 60-second walk to get to a place to see if it was open. And I was with a friend of mine. She's Israeli. And we saw a car coming. And you know what her reaction was? I wouldn't even think of this, but she was right. She pulled me and we had to hide behind a wall because you don't know who's in that car that's going to try and kill you. Think about a world like that. I want you to try to comprehend something like that for a second. You're walking in the street of your own country, and the second you see a single car, you need to hide behind a wall just in case that person's going to try and come out there and kill you. You understand what kind of world we're talking about? This exists right now. This exists right now. Right now. It happened last night. And I'm not telling you a story of what somebody told me. I'm telling you what I went through personally. So, if you're one of the people, and this is directed towards those people, whether you're an Israeli or on the Palestinian side, that say good, you're part of the problem. None of this is good. None of this brings us to a destination that we want to get to. There should never be any comments about free Israel or free Palestine. There should just be comments about we want freaking peace. What happened to just living amongst each other and being okay? What happened to accepting our differences and everything's okay? That can still happen. As a matter of fact, I've dedicated my life and I will not leave this planet until we succeed to a large degree of making something like that happen. A lot of people say, it's just the way it is, you can't do it. No, you can. And we will. That's the purpose of why I do everything with Unified. That's why it's called Unified. Because I don't care who you are and where you come from. As a matter of fact, the more differences, the more color. It's great. It's great. So anyways, I'm still processing this whole situation. It's a very upsetting reality. It's a very sad reality. Just the fact that human beings have the potential to do such a thing is horrible. It's horrible. It shows us that what we thought ended a very, very long time ago, things like World War I, World War II, the Holocaust, they never ended. They've just evolved. Because the consciousness that created those things is still very much here. Going to a party in the desert and shooting up hundreds of people, kids. Killing somebody's sister in front of their faces that's 5 years old. I don't care who you are and where you come from or what you believe. If you could say that's okay, good, those people deserve it, you, my friend, are sick in the head. That is the consciousness that needs to be erased from this planet. Nothing is ever justified to go and rape, murder, kill, kidnap. Nothing. And again, and I'm going to say it again, if you justify that because of what you believe the past to be, you are part of the problem. I go on social media, all I see is sides advocating for who's right and who's wrong. You really think that that's going to help? You really think that the retaliation that's about to happen is going to fix it? No. What's going to fix it is people standing up and stop playing into an illusion of absolute bullshit from beginning to end. What's going to fix it is when people can see through that game of divide and conquer. And if you think it's only happening here, it's happening in the U.S. also. I told you, Democrat, Republican, it's no different. They also kill each other. Maybe not to this level. But don't worry, if we continue playing into divide and conquer, you're going to see that. We need to stop. We need to come together. You can't fix hate with more hate. It's not going to work. It will never work. In 2 days from now, on the 10th, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be hosting a very important global meditation. It's something I do every month, and this is the most important one I've ever done in my life. I'm asking you all to join me. It's on my YouTube channel. Join me. I don't care who you are and where you come from, what you believe or don't believe. Join me with the intention of shifting this consciousness once and for all. I'm just looking at the comments. I'm not losing hope. But I am seeing clearer and clearer where we are in the work that we got to do. That's the fact of the matter. And right now, I could see that we have a lot more work to do than I thought. A lot. A lot. I don't know if some of you saw the videos. Honestly, don't watch them. But whatever it is, I can tell you that this whole thing is making me a whole lot stronger. It's giving me a lot more, I guess if you want to call it, fuel to the fire. A lot. It's life that we have to advocate for. It's human beings that we have to support. Remember that whole stupidity with Black Lives Matter? Another nonsense. What do you mean Black Lives Matter? What, are blacks not human beings? Of course they are. So why are we singling them out? All lives matter. Human lives matter. Life matters. And right now I'm seeing a lot of people that don't value that for even a second. The fact that you could decapitate a 20-year-old and film it and spit on the dead body and post it on social media for the mother of that girl to see? What is that? What is that? That's not even human. Somebody said Palestinian lives matter also. You're obviously not getting the point, buddy. You're really not getting anything that I just said. All lives matter. Human beings matter. So yeah, if you hear it in my voice, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. And rightfully so. What the hell is this? What the hell are people doing? And yeah, all the videos that you're seeing, they're not staged. They're real. I know people, they're 21, 22, 23. They haven't heard from their friends in 3 days because they were probably shot in the head in the desert while they were at a party. It's not even like they were soldiers trying to combat something. They were at a desert party. Open fire. Hundreds of people killed. Kidnapped. So anyways, I'm gonna get off this. I'm not gonna be saving this live because again I said some things that are probably gonna be taken down one way or another. I'll find ways to put this message out. But where I stand is very simple. Supporting human life. Supporting unity. Supporting peace. And making sure that things like this never happen again. Ever. For those of you who reached out, thank you very much for checking in. Everything's okay. I'm safe. It's all good. It's just a sad situation. That's it. That's it. I will be in touch with you guys. I love you guys. Thank you very much. And don't listen to everything that you hear on the news. Because the same people that created this own that also. Have a beautiful rest of your day.